might come to your city. It's hot in the H, but my heart's still chilly. I just need a gram, some bread, and a quickie. If I ain't your man, I don't want no hickey. Right now I ain't shit, cause the road looks shitty. Been like that for months. I might roll a blunt and hit that shit once, cause the nigga been sober. That I can't wait till the day the shit over. Used to walk around with a chip on my shoulder. For every last person I love who folded, I would give grace, but I'd rather give closure. I would take breaks, but I'd rather move forward. I done been chewed up, spit out, kicked out, let down, but I'm still a motherfucking soldier. So fuck what you told me if you showed me different. Fuck what you showed me if you came up missing.
Alright, so let's obviously, start with Fred. Yes, I just named him. I never thought I'd ever name a car or anything, but Fred just seemed to kind of fit. It's my first car. I've never owned a car before I owned this car, so let me just say that. When I got this thing, I think I was 26 years old. I'm gonna be 30 now, so this year. So I've had it for a while, and I never thought I'd ever be able to even afford a car that looks like this, honestly. I was looking at a very old pickup, a 97 Frontier, and it was on the used car lot. I worked at Honda at the time. That thing was gone next week, and I was like, oh man, that was the only car I could even kind of afford. That was even there. And then there was a Fit there too, and the Fit I was honestly just kind of planning on getting because it looked the most viable option. And the salesman traded this in, and I was like, dude, what is that car? And at the time, like I said, I was just kind of going in and out of them, just checking them out. I wasn't talking to salesmen or anything like that. But a salesman I knew, this fool hooked me up. He was like, hey, let's talk about this. So basically, because I worked there, they ended up kind of taking the down payment out of my checks that came for however much, I think, whatever it was. And then I paid the $270, or my wife paid the $270 for the insurance because I needed full coverage. And boom, I had my first car, and I was like, wow, throughout high school, I never could afford a car. I never really, saved money enough to afford a car, and I never even thought about leasing a car. So for a couple years, I paid $330 a month for this thing. The sticker was, what was it, I want to say 9, almost 10. It was kind of expensive, but the car had 92,000 miles. I should also mention I had zero credit. I wasn't on the grid really. I just kind of I had no real credit history in any way, shape, or form. So it was kind of I was gonna get a crazy interest rate. I was making okay money at that year, that point in time. This was pre-COVID, the good old days, as they say. So yeah, man, it was nice. I got this, I think it was February 2nd, 2020, all twos. That's how I remember it. That's when I got this car. That was the day I bought this car. So it's been a little while since that point. I'm gonna explain the biggest changes that I've done to this car here. Okay, can I just say something before? I don't care who you are, this never gets old. I love the dash in this car. I love the interior too. This is just a nice little place to be, Gotta put my seat back. Got a 5-gallon jug of water in here. I just had to get it out. So, I have a K-Tuner V2 touch unit. Let me get some light on that real quick. And pretty much what I did was I made some adjustments. Now, right here we got the factory tune, 7K rev limit, which is just a 7K rev limit. That's it, nothing else, nothing fancy. and then the 7K rev limit, and the modified VTEC, and a little bit of throttle response too. And honestly, I feel like it does actually make a difference with the things that I've done. I've also like maintenance this car quite a bit. I did spark plugs recently. I did a serpentine belt like sometime last year. New AC or new Schrader valves and an AC recharge. Transmission service. I do oil change, obviously I do. Tire rotation, obviously I do. The tires that I got, I still got the same Cuomo ZR rated. Cuomo ZR rated Cuomo Exta tires. These tires are freaking amazing. I love these tires for like street, you know, daily use. 215 45 ZR17, and they still got a ton of life in them. They're made the 49th month of 2021. They're great. I rotate them when I need to. So yeah, that's kind of what I've done to kind of tune the vehicle. And honestly, when I did that adjustment, I was very kind of like nervous, but the car, once the check engine light turned off, it did not come back on, and I felt like the car was a little bit quicker. Like I said, it had some 91 in it. The inside, you know, I just put a different kind of floor mat there so I'm not getting stuff dirty. I did attempt to wrap the centerpiece, which I might have to put another section or something to kind of clean that up, but that's the basic look that I'm going for. You know, I'm gonna figure something out to make it look clean, either if I have to cut it along the edge or something. But I was, again, on my lunch break at work, so time consuming. And this centerpiece I just popped out and wrapped as well. That was super easy. This piece was super faded and scratched up previously before I bought the car. I also wrapped the spoiler a little bit. It looks pretty good. Still have some more cutting and some edging to do, but you know, I'm just doing it little by little whenever I get the free time, which I might do honestly after this video. All right, so here we go. We got the K&N Typhoon intake, because it's a Typhoon that adds like 4 or 5 horsepower or something like that. It's advertised, but also just cleaned it. This battery, I did have the famous 51R, and I even cut my tray and everything, but that thing made me super nervous because it was really big and it kind of touched this lip of the frame or whatever right here, and I was afraid that if I was taking a corner or something, it would just go into there and it would just split the battery. So I just went back to AutoZone, and they suggested this 151R. I gave it a try, and it's definitely a lot more comparable to like the regular battery size in a CRZ, and it's a lot better. I also have the famous G8 manifold. There's the RB1 right there. It was already crinkle coated from the person I bought it from, and I think, you know what, a lot of people might not even mention this, but one of the cool things about this car is the community behind it. These cars are, like I said, super slept on, so a lot of people, you know, are kind of not in the loop with them, and it's really cool because the community is like really down to earth. Everyone's super, you know, helpful and very quick to answer questions, and you know, there's not a lot of drama or anything like that. So like I said, this is the first car I've ever owned, so I don't know how other, like, you know, forums and platforms are, but I mean, I'm on some of them, you know, just because, like I said, I work on cars and it's helpful to find out certain information. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, you know, this community is really cool. I bought this actually this G8 manifold for 80 bucks from somebody I didn't even know. Super cool. Sent it really quick. The K-Tuner V2 touch unit, I also sent somebody like $300 or something, maybe $350, which is very scary. Didn't know the person, but they were also really, really cool. When I got it in the mail with the cable and everything, I set it up, and the person actually helped me set it up via video chat, and that was really cool. They didn't have to take the time to do that, but you know, they just wanted to make sure it was working in the car, which I thought was like a good sign. I guess, I don't know. The Air Scoop, this is a really common mod. This is for a Nissan 350Z. It actually is functional. You know what? Speaking of light, I can get a light and show you. Dang, those things are getting mobbed on, dude. I maybe have like one left them put together. I don't know why I'm drinking two separate, honestly. But there you go. So the idea is I didn't put it so it was direct airflow because I don't want water and other stuff to get on this $138 filter that I have attached to this already expensive K&N intake. So I put it right here, and basically, you know, water and stuff just kind of gets blocked off by this metal piece or this backing, and air flow and everything can still come in through here.